Hi guys and welcome back to Teaching with Miss T. I am Michelle, a third grade bilingual reading and writing teacher in Texas. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how I use my data tracking, how I keep track of data in regards to pre-assessments and post-assessments. So my district actually follows Lucy Calkins, and she is really good about having a pre-assessment and a post-assessment at the end. So I'm just going to be sharing with you how I use um, Google spreadsheet. What is it called? Sheets. Sorry, Google Sheets to keep track of this. So basically, this is just an example of one that I had this year. Sorry if some of the words are in Spanish. I am bilingual, so my brain thinks in both languages, and it just comes out in either one. So we'll do an English one in a second, but this is just how basically it looks. Here's the pre-assessments with the questions. So question 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can tell, maybe, I do have the teaks and then the general idea of that teak. And then the post-assessment. In this particular situation, we took away question number 2 just because we thought it was not the right time to assess them yet. And then throughout the unit, I do formative assessments to see how they're doing in that specific skill. So in this situation for main idea, I had 2 formatives and I did add like a summative in between. And then for this other one, I just had 2 formatives. So if you are excited for data tracking, let's get started. So I am basically going to just start a new spreadsheet. And then the first thing that I do is I like to put the unit number and then the actual name of the unit. So this particular unit we did was called Reading to Learn. And then after that, I like to do the pre-assessment, just so I know that that's what it is, pre-assessment. And then I go ahead and make my chart. So I like for you to be able to see the cells around it. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do all of them. So I do 7. So I go all the way to 4, 5, 6, 7 to G. And I normally have about 18 students. But I'm just going to go ahead and go to 21 because that's what you can see. And I like to do the border all around. You can always change it if you don't like it. We'll actually make it look a little bit more presentable later, but just to get started right now, I do my student name on this side, and then I do, like I said, the question number, so number 1, and then I'd like to do Control Enter and write the teak. So for this situation, we are doing main idea. So 3.9 DI, and then Control Enter again. And like I said, I like writing what the skill is. So this would be main idea. And then I would do the same for the second one. So I would do question number 2. And let's say that this question was a question in the text, because that's one of the ones that I had. So that is 3.6 F and 3.6 E. 3. Yeah. B, and then it also has, Control Enter, not just Enter, and that is questioning the text. And this also has to do with inferences, so it could be questioning the text / inference. That's how it would actually tie to our state assessment. But whatever, you can use whatever standard you have. And then I'm just gonna copy this one and pretend that I have other questions just for the sake of time. So that would be question 3, and this would be question 4. And then I would go ahead and resize. This one probably. Okay. And then something that is what you're probably looking for is how I do the formatting. So for the formatting, I go ahead and do this. So you can select all, sorry, it's throwing me off that I guess I needed to add another, this one too, because I like to leave one blank for, let's zoom out a little bit. I'd like to leave one out because I like to see the difference between the actual questions and then the average. So I'll go all the way to average. Gee, I don't know why I didn't do that. And then this one, I like to just leave blank for, so I can see the difference between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and merge and make it a little bit thinner. And then, there we go. Okay, so to actually do the formatting, I am going to select the multiple cells, and I'm going to do control, these, and I'm going to add F. Well, no, I'm not going to add F. You can add it if you want or not, but I'm not, just because like I said, I usually don't do it there. I am going to right click right here where the arrow is and do conditional formatting. And I'm going to shrink myself again just so you can see better, or move it. There we go. Okay, and I'm actually going to go to color scale, not just single color, but color scale, and then change the default to this one right here. And it's green to yellow to red. You can obviously change the colors as you want, but I like to use these colors, except do the minimum value to be the red. And then down here where it says max point, max value, I like to do that be the green. Okay, and then that just changes it from red being the lowest and then green being the highest. And the way that we use Lucy is from a 1 to a 4. So I just feel like that's what works best for us. So that's that. So now whenever you add a number, it's gonna automatically change to like the color. So if it's a 1, that's the highest right now, but the highest in reality is a 4. So then it automatically changes to whatever color it goes with. Okay, and then like that, you can see the difference in the color. So sometimes the kid would have like a 2.5 because it's in between but not there, or like a 3.5 or 1.5. It depends on whoever you talk to, whether they want to do 0.5s or not. But I do, especially during pre-assessments. Anyway, so as you saw, the colors were changing, and then you just keep going. So let's say that this student in a pre-assessment, they got a 1 in main idea, but they were able to question the text, and then they did good on the other two. Or I don't know. Yeah. So to do the average, you press this square down here to get that plus, and then sorry, not yet. You're on this cell, and then you can do formatting. So if it doesn't have it, you go to more and then functions, and you're going to select average. And then you're going to add the cells B5 through B2. B5 to E5. Okay, and that just tells you that, and then you click enter, and it's automatically going to do the average. And then now you can press this little square and drag it down so it can automatically do it to the rest. And right now it's going to say it's not valid just because you don't have all of the numbers. But if, for example, this student did a 3 and then a 2.5 and a 2, it's going to automatically change it to where they are. Or like this one that doesn't have anything, they had let's say they got a 2 all the way across. It's automatically going to change that. So that's how that goes. And then what else? Okay, so now you can just make it look a little bit cuter if you want to. I don't know why I totally skipped 4, so I'm just going to delete that row. But we're going to make it a little bit cuter, so I like to select it and then change the font. I'm going to do Conforta and then change it to size 12. And then I am going to merge these 4 or 7. And this is the merging button. And then I'm going to center it. And then I'm also going to center these. I don't like to center the numbers, but I do like to center this. So center, whoa. Okay, and then center these. Okay, and then I also do like to go ahead and do like the numbers. You can make it bold if you want. I like to do it, like I said, you just edit it as you need to. Sorry for not like looking at the camera. I'm trying to look at the screen and hopefully it doesn't look super awkward of me. But I like to bold all of that and then keep going. And then so I'm going to go ahead and just finish this off by controlling and selecting all of what I have. And then you just copy it and skip a cell. Control V. And then you have it done already for the post assessment. So all you would need to do here is do post assessment. You would do just post assessment and then, sorry, let me close this out. You would just do the post assessment and then I like to, here is where I merge these. Yes. Yeah, because I did it after I did it. And then center it and then make it bigger. Let's do it 24. And then just fix like the formatting. And then if I erase everything, it's not going to change the formatting. Even if I erase that, it'll be ready for whenever I do it when they actually do the post assessment. If this kid got a 3 and a 3 and a 2 and a 4, it would still automatically change the colors even though there was nothing there. And then that's basically what I do again for, as you saw, when I do the formative tracking, I just make sure to put the pre-assessment and then the formative with the date that they took it, and then that's it. I just copy this again and it will automatically save the formatting that I used. So I hope I hope you enjoy this and it was helpful. Let me know if you want any more videos on how to data track, because I love data tracking. Also, before I do leave, my students, the only time we see this is when we do at the end of the unit, when we see what our weaknesses were and what our strengths were. So they will see this without the names, just like I have it here. But then they actually keep track of their work throughout the unit. So I'm going to make you a little bit bigger. So this is like what they would use. Sorry, it's not there. So this is like, it just the same thing. It has the question and then the teak to go with it and how they did. So like for example, it has the pre-assessment and then the dates that I did the formatives and then the post assessments, and they keep this in their journal alongside the sticky notes that prove what they that they actually score that. So yeah, so that's how I keep track of my pre and post assessment scores for my students. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, let me know if you plan to use it or how do you keep track of data, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up with how I grow as an educator. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!